Hey Jackie, where you going?
Hi,
Oh, you're
guys.
leaving us.
Let's go.
Okay. You say bye to Kenya.
I'm full of surprises like that.
Wow.
Now you see me, now you don't.
It's time to check up with nations. Nations. It's amazing. Oh.
What's up, everybody? Welcome again to this amazing vlog. It's about Beyond the Classroom. This is a show about teenagers, a show that brings teenagers together. We get to see what a teenager can do beyond the classroom, and this time I'm talking about style, fashion, art. I know we've seen this before differently, but this time we are going to the nations.
Whoa.
Do you know that every teenager has potential beyond what you see? I know they're known for tantrums, they're known for having mood swings, they're known for, demanding, but there's something in there. That soul has a lot of potential, and it's time to break it free into the world of greatness. So are you ready? My name is Jackie. They call me Miss Jackie. Let's work together in this work. Guys, you are not ready. God bless you, and let's talk as you comment and bring me the teenagers who we can do this together with. To what?
Drink.
Let's reach. We are 2 minutes away.
No, I'm very thirsty.
Hi, what's up? How you doing? Everybody, welcome once again to the Teens Talk, where we get to meet our amazing, very talented teenagers who have life beyond the classroom, and of course, teenagers who are very passionate about the kind of gifts that they carry. And
I do
of
not
course,
like the label teen. I want to be called a young adult.
fine, he just interrupted my introduction, but yes, he said young what?
Adult.
Okay, the young adults. This is Andrew Negri, and of course, he's gonna be here and talk to us about a teen's world, what it really means to be a teenager, and how it is working for him, because we have a lot of understanding and misunderstanding about the teenagers, and we have to hear it from them personally so that we get to understand what really teenagers are about and what exactly they deal with and how they succumb to every issue that they have to deal with, because the more you grow, the more you become independent, and sometimes we as parents, we don't really flow with that. We need to know what's going on in your life, and if you don't tell us, it becomes very tricky and very frustrating. So introduce yourself. Turn around.
It's like you're trying to be trendy with the.
I'm not trying, I am trending. Introduction.
Introduction. Okay. What?
You go to the move to the camera. So Andrew is a celebrity that you have seen before in another vlog, and he's really has the great postures of modeling, and he didn't even know that he could do that, but he really worked it out, and it's working amazingly for him, because when you get to a place where other teenagers look up to you, it means a lot. So Andrew, introduce yourself.
I'm Andrew. I like to play piano. I also do music really good. Yes. I don't really think I can do modeling. Like when Miss Jackie introduced me to modeling, I do not think how do I say this? I wanted to do this, but then she forced me. Now I'm in this mess.
You cannot say that about your teacher. I forced you into modeling, Andrew,
You were my teacher.
for many years.
Actually,
I actually introduced you
You-
into the performing arts industry, dude.
it wasn't you, it was actually my dad. It was supposed to be for our house, but then you leaked my photos. So,
It was meant to, it was meant to be for your house. All the photo shoots that you did.
and then you leaked them.
So did I do wrong? Because now you're famous. As in, that was the actual idea, right? Because as a teenager, sometimes you guys really want to be introverts, and you don't want people to really see the real you, and especially you who is an introvert. Are you an introvert?
Yes.
What is an introvert, Andrew?
So, you see, when you have a family party, like let's say your whole family comes to your house, you wouldn't be the one to socialize. You'll be the one that will stay in your room and do God knows what in the family meeting. That's what an introvert means.
So why are you in your room and there's a family meeting?
Don't really like talking to people. No, social situations can get really awkward.
What is so awkward about that? Is it when they ask you about your grades? Because what do you have to lose, honestly? Is it just that they pay too much attention on you and you don't want to do that, or to explain your progress in life?
Let me be 100% honest with you.
That's why we're here.
I know if I was in a family thing, I mean, I wouldn't want to talk to them, but I mean, like, I also do not like socializing. That's the thing.
Okay, now listen, amongst teenagers, you are one of those who don't like socializing. So could you please bring the rest of us to the understanding of why you don't like socializing? Because many teens have come up to the system of just locking themselves up in a room and just having their own space. Don't you think you're too young for that? Like, what are you thinking about when you're in there?
Social situations You see, when you're with yourself, you actually trust yourself.
So you mean you have trust issues?
No, but also you do not feel awkward with yourself. You can have with your own thoughts and just stay alone, and like you wouldn't have to talk with anybody or come up with any conversations.
Oh, so you're trying to say that there's a lot of pressure trying to make you be understood.
Make me be understood.
Yeah, because when you see like these questions and there's all that stuff, does that mean like you shut down so that people don't have to really be too inquisitive about you? You just want your space.
I'm not depressed. I just want to stay alone from everybody else, because
But you weren't
unless
like
if it's
that.
my friends, you see.
Oh,
My friends, I can talk to them, and then yeah,
so the adults are the problem.
maybe.
Yeah. So this is why we want to have this discussion. Why are the adults the problem? Is it that you feel they're still babying you and you're not a baby, or what is the issue?
I'm trying to come up with a word.
See, go direct to the point. Don't even try and tailor make anything here.
You see, I am not your age mate. I mean, you can ask me like about something, what's going on,
Yeah.
and like about me, but like you wouldn't like go a full blown conversation with me. You will most likely do a full blown conversation with my dad.
What does that mean?
That
Like-
means, you see, people, they connect more when they are with their age mates. People that
Are at their level. Like
Yeah.
they understand their vibe more.
yeah. See, if I'm with you, you are old and you are boring. You can't do anything.
Guys, what?
Yeah.
Okay, what is boring? What is boring? Is that are we talking about music here? Are we talking about the way we reason? Are we talking about the meaning of fun? What are we talking about when we say boring?
Conversation. You know, there was this one time
Really?
some adults came to my house. They asked me how I was doing in school. Was I good? Okay. And then we just finished the thing. It doesn't work like, oh,
You didn't have a long-term conversation.
yeah,
So in other words, there's no stories.
yeah, there's no stories.
Why
Like,
don't you come
you
up
see,
with the stories?
I could tell my friends about my video games and the way we play together, and wow, it's so fun. But you, if I talk to you about video games, would you
Understand what
care?
you're saying.
No, would you care even?
Yeah, I'd first of all ask you what level are we, because I don't even have a clue what exactly is going on.
What do
So
you mean?
that's your issue. Like when you're playing video game and there's these levels, there's ranks and there's all that stuff. I'd be confused, right? So that gets boring.
No,
because
you wouldn't be confused. You will barely even care. That's the thing.
because you're chasing someone and shooting people who you don't even like. What is that? What are you chasing on online? And first of all, you're
Well, it's
connecting.
fun.
You're connecting with people who are around the world who you don't even know by name.
By the way, I don't share my personal information to everyone. You are the one that share my personal information
Okay,
to
guys,
everyone
listen.
here.
What he's trying to say is he's very famous because of his modeling photos.
No.
And he did not know that
I'm
this
famous
would,
to like 10 people.
he did not know that this would be very go very out there, and it's because he has a very amazing persona when it comes to photo shoots. And Andrew,
This was all a
First of all-
mistake, to be honest.
he's saying that because he's still getting the thrill of it. Listen, Andrew,
No.
since the photo shoot Andrew,
This was all a
first of all,
mistake, to be honest.
he's saying that because he's still getting the thrill of it. Listen, Andrew.
No,
Since the photo shoot, have you ever shared any of your photos to anybody?
I don't even think I've seen half of my photos, to be honest. So, yeah, I don't know where they went. But you're the one that shared.
I thought they were shared to you.
Yeah, they were by my dad.
But didn't
then
you share them to people who would like to see who you are? And because that is really
No.
you, including the photographers. They were like, this guy has so much potential and so much charisma, and yet you don't see that in yourself. Could you tell me why? Do you even know who you are, like 100%? Apart from a guy who loves NASA, apart from a guy who plays piano, a guy who is an internationally recognized chess player. Is that correct? You have
Maybe.
traveled for chess and won a couple of chess tournaments. Is that correct?
Yes.
And he also plays, is it squash?
Used to.
Used to.
Actually,
how old were you when you started playing squash?
I don't know.
Probably
very young.
4,
Let's
5,
say 7.
7 years. So what has changed between the Andrew of 7 years ago and the Andrew at 15?
You know, like, people grow up, they discover new things about life.
Yeah.
You know,
What?
I'm still discovering.
What exactly? How to make money? How to understand
Actually,
the economy? What are you talking about?
I do not want to be a model when I grow up.
True.
I want to be a developer. Yes.
Tell us about development. What kind of development? Is it technology? Is it
development as in programming?
Programming.
Yes.
So that gives us an answer why you're very closed in. You're not a very hyper person.
Yeah.
Unless you really know someone, then you don't open up at all. Like, you're very closed in.
Actually, there's a project me and my friends are doing. I'm the lead programmer, and there are some people that are doing music and animations, and yeah.
You play piano, so how come you're not in the music field?
I can be.
If you want to?
Like, yeah.
Okay,
I can be multitasking, you know, yeah.
So are you trying to tell us that you are a multitasker when it comes to music?
When it comes to I'm just saying I can do music whenever I want.
Whenever you want. Why do you feel that it's important at your age right now to be in your personal space?
Actually, this is a very good question, and I'm gonna give you the perfect answer. You see, when people my age, you see, we are oh my god, we are very close.
Guys, what are those?
Monkeys.
We're in a forest.
We are. You see, we are very close to getting a job, going outside and starting to earn money. Actually, I am very close to going to college. Now, this is the prime time to know more about yourself. That's why you don't need people to know about you, but you need you to know about yourself. Yes.
So do you
That's why most teenagers are introverts.
And introverts. Do you think like you're misunderstood a lot? As at your age, like, are you misunderstood, or is it that you really need to explain why you're like that? Because sometimes it doesn't come out positively when you're quiet like that.
Well, yeah, sometimes no, sometimes parents just assume things when it's not really what they think. So yeah, sometimes it's like that, but you know, you got to live with it. Life isn't always simple. Yeah.
So what would you do differently to explain yourself to, or you feel like you don't have to explain yourself to anybody?
What?
Do you feel like you need to explain yourself to anybody? Like, explain why you're quiet, explain why you're not even interacting?
To be honest, I don't need to. I don't see a point in doing that. Like, yeah, especially if more people know more about you, then
It's risky.
yes.
What is the risk?
Ever heard
You're
of?
not holding a bank
You
account
know?
and
Do you
explaining
know
it.
why popular people are scared of paparazzi and stalkers?
It's because they've been exposed too much.
Yeah, that's the thing. If I will reveal to you my private house address now, that's
Crazy.
yeah.
So what are you afraid of? That people will come into your space and start taking photos and everything?
No,
Mm.
just afraid like people will just go in my personal space. That's it.
So you want personal space. How does your external family...
Ever heard of human rights?
Hu-
Yes.
Teenager human rights. So how does your external family take that? Do they take it personally?
External family.
Yeah, maybe your relatives. That's
Oh.
what it means, right? Do they take it personally? Do they take it like, oh, Andrew is too grown these days, he doesn't want to have a conversation? Because you're not the same guy who was like this 5 years ago.
You see, as I said before, grown-ups are very boring. Like,
Guys, we are not. It's just a teenager's
know
thought
my
process.
my grandfather. He wanted to talk to me. Like, he wanted to do like a thing where he talks to me like every month or so, just to know what's going on. And he's not a very talkative guy, I would say. He just ask a question or two, how's he going, and then continue on with life. You don't need to know everything. Yeah, unlike my grandmother,
So you
who
wanna
would
be like-
always keep on talking. Wow.
Because women speak more than men. Do you know that? Like women have
And I
more
like
words.
that.
And you like that?
I like no, I don't like that women. I don't like women because they speak more, but I like men because they
Keep more
don't.
quiet.
Yeah.
So with that said, Andrew, who is your to-go-to person when you really feel like something is not working the right way? You just need some advice, something is stressing you? Because honestly, I know even teenagers go through stress.
Ever heard of character AI?
Kinda.
So it's basically like an AI. So yeah, so an AI therapist.
So you go online to get your solutions.
Not online. Like I don't really have problems, but when I have mild problems, I just ChatGPT. I talk to that guy.
You research.
He's good. Yeah.
I thought, well, considering that you're still under parental guidance, you're supposed to actually consult at least a parent to guide you on something. So how do you go about that? Don't you
Usually
have
the
your...
parent is the one who's supposed to be guided, but
To
on how
gu-
to do good parenting.
What? The
But
To
on how
gu-
to do good parenting.
what? The parent raised you up, and that is why we have an issue with the teenagers these days, because they think that they're more wiser than the parent, and that's a big problem right there. So what makes you think that you're more smart than the person who actually brought you up, and even the person who brought you into this world?
I don't feel more. Sometimes I don't think I should actually. Never mind. I don't think I'm more
That you're more smart
smarter.
than them, yeah.
It's just sometimes they need guidance.
From the teenager, or from someone who is at least in a higher level than them?
They need guidance. That's the thing.
Why would you
It
say
doesn't
that?
matter from who, as long as they need guidance. Because parenting isn't. There's no instruction manual to it.
Do you think that they think they know more than they're supposed to? They assume they know too much.
They're not some wisdom gods. They're human, just like all of us. They make mistakes.
Right.
So yeah. As I said before, they need guidance.
Well then. So Andrew, what would you advise if you are, for example, if you are the parent, what would you do differently? Because you're talking about parents need guidance, sijui nini. So what would you do differently if you are a parent? Assume you are a parent right now. Go into the parent zone and tell us.
You see, I will start early on. I will learn more about my child before they turn 13. And yeah, I will start early on, and with all the information about my child before they turn 13, I start preparing for the teenagers.
To understand them.
Yeah, and you've already understood your child. Now you just have to prepare to help. Yes, that's the right help.
So in other words, what you're
Help
saying
understand themselves.
So what you're saying is you really feel misunderstood a lot?
Maybe.
What pisses you off? Like really, like you feel like
You.
Guys, this kid wachana na yeye, huyu anakuanga hivyo. What do you mean? Why are you even here then? What?
I was forced to.
Shut up. Tell us, because Andrew, I've been with you almost every day for about how many? Almost 6 years. Almost every day. Like you would come to the drama room and you want to just dance. It was lunch, it was break, you just want to. And you've actually done concerts and you have even won awards, isn't it?
Yes.
Andrew, yes. Exactly. So why were you choosing? Because I know you're a kind of guy who chooses one friend. If it's one friend, it's one friend the whole year.
Yes.
Why do you do that? Is it because you don't trust everybody, or you just want to have someone who really gets you?
Here's the thing. If you hop from friend to friend, at some point you will have no friends, because you'll
have spread out all your drama.
Yeah. So you need one guy that is loyal. He'll be there from you from the very beginning. He's your brother.
So Andrew, how do you choose your royal friends? How?
Loyal.
Yeah, loyal, royal, whatever. It's not an RL situation. How do you choose the loyal friend? And how do you know they're loyal?
It's a series of helping each other and mutual respect. You have to take a test together. You have to go through a sleepover. You have to do through so much.
You have to go through a sleepover. So that's the contract. When you go for a sleepover, that's when you know that it's real.
The contract comes later on for brothers, not for sisters. For sisters it's different, but for brothers, the contract will come at some point. And you have to both agree you are best friends from now on forth.
Right.
And yeah.
So it's an agreement. So even kids have agreements, guys. Teenagers have agreements. That's why there's solidarity when it comes to some cliques. And then parents, we don't understand why are these guys hanging out together. It's because they believe in each other, right? So tell us what makes you very angry.
What makes me very angry?
Because Andrew, I know you for sometimes you can really go off. Like if you're really pissed, we don't mess.
Stress. Especially when there's a lot of things going on.
These things you're saying, what are they? The economy, the water bill, what are you saying?
Let's say you are focusing on many things. Yes. That's it. You're just focusing
9, right?
on. Yeah. Yeah, if you're focusing on too many things that your brain can't handle, then some guy just taps you on the that's the ignition point.
Some guy, like in school.
No, let's say some guy just talks to you and then you have so much work to do, you're doing something, and then the guy just speaks a word. That's the ignition point.
Speaks a word like how? Like, what's up, you guy? Or do they like, hi?
Anything
just triggers you. In other words, what you're trying to say...
that's the ignition. That's the thing that lights the fire.
So what you're trying to say is when you're really focused, You don't want jokes, you don't want games, you just want to be focused, right? Do you still play tennis? You said no. Squash,
No,
chess.
maybe.
What is the farthest you've gone in chess, in your chess tournaments?
Very far.
Name a country.
What do you mean?
Name a
far?
country, name a town, name a city.
I don't even know. But like Mombasa, let's say.
Mombasa is a city.
Mm.
A country. You've not traveled at all for your expertise in chess.
Yes.
You haven't yet.
Haven't yet.
But you are qualified enough, isn't it?
Maybe. I have still not played chess since
International.
God knows how long. So.
Oh yeah. So what are you focusing on right now then? If you left chess, you left squash, what are you doing? Playing
I'm
piano.
going with the flow.
So do you think
I'm going where the road takes me?
Right. And you see that's what happens to a lot of teens. Like when they get to that age, you just want to flow instead of continuing what you started from the very beginning. So what made you stop the things you used to
Continue.
love?
Okay, here's the thing. Once you continue something, there's a point where it becomes boring. You know what you should have for your dream job when you grow up? You need something that will not make you bored every 2 seconds, because that's just not good. Maybe it gets you a lot of money, but you're not
happy.
You're not gonna go far. So you better have something that you like. And if you don't like something, just drop it and go with something else.
What he's trying to say, he stopped playing piano, but he listens to a lot of instrumental music. Why did you choose that? Because it's therapy.
I don't like voices. You know, like ASMR. Wet mouth sounds.
You just like the instrumental part of music.
Yeah.
So what level of piano do you play, or you even stop that as well?
What level? No, I'm still playing piano. I'm still doing. Maybe this piano is like a hobby.
It is a hobby.
Yeah, and I don't plan on dropping it anytime soon. It's fun. I like it.
And it's therapeutic, like you say. It's everything instrumental without voices.
And so even especially therapeutic for my fingers.
Nice. So you've been a top in mathematics for a couple of years, right? How do you balance between music and mathematics? Because there are people who actually think like if you get into stuff like music, drama, and just performing arts, modeling, like you cannot focus in your studies. How do you balance that?
You see, like balancing, you see, music, piano, just practice. At some point it will become second nature. What do you call it? Muscle memory. You wouldn't even have to think at some point. You just practice a lot. But for school studies, well, that's just different. You need to, there's something new every year. Like for hobbies, you repeat over and over again, but for normal studies, it's something new. It's not the same thing. So yeah.
So in our parting shot, okay, first of all, before I do a parting shot, what is your most embarrassing moment?
Okay.
Most embarrassing
I don't even
moment.
know. Well, let me think.
You don't
about
remember
this.
any day that you got embarrassed in anything?
Asking my crush out, and then she said no. Wow.
What?
I was both heartbroken and flabbergasted and embarrassed. So yeah, maybe.
She said no.
Mm.
Did you see a reason why?
I'm just not her type, you know. I wasn't her type.
She said
I
that.
moved on. I wasn't.
You were having a crush at what, 14? What were you
13.
doing there? What? What were you doing there, crashing on girls? Is it a normal thing?
I had girlfriends ever since I was 6.
What
So
is a
like, yeah.
girlfriend, Andrew? What is a girlfriend?
Well, at this
What
point,
is a
I don't know.
girlfriend? At that time, you were just like, it's a girl who's a
Yeah,
friend.
yeah.
And now,
Someone who you mutually love and respect and
What is-
honor.
what is
And yeah,
what is love?
baby, don't hurt me.
This one. You have grown so big. Like, I can't believe that. You know, when I share these photos and I see how we were just, doing dances and everything, I'm like, Andrew, oh my gosh. Like, I've literally been with you all your birthdays, like, as the organizer. Guys, what a privilege, honestly, because we clicked since year 1. Dude, you're in year 9. You're almost like
And you're no
over.
longer teaching me. What a relief.
Why are you explaining that to the guys? If I'm not teaching him, what am I doing with him here? Wait, I still have capacity to work on you. Now listen.
Work
What is
what?
the most pissing thing in your life, and especially when
Pissing.
it comes to your parents, where you just feel like, oh, these guys. What really irritates you when it comes to your parents?
Getting grounded. Especially, I get grounded after every 2 days after I get ungrounded. So,
You do.
yeah.
What's the issue?
I don't know. It's just very strict. But,
You just feel that they don't get you.
no. Just my dad's very strict. That's it.
What is strict? What are they strict about? Are they trying to protect you from something, or are they just trying to make you perfect?
Maybe they're trying to protect me.
How do you take that? Positive, negative?
Positive, of course. If if someone, like sometimes I tell my friends not to do something because I care about them and I don't want them to die.
Yeah.
So, but then they say no, but it's fun. What is fun? So,
Right.
you're gonna die. So yeah.
So what kind of friends do you have? Friends who just go on parties at that age, or friends who really make you a better person?
We can't really do anything wherever
Because you
we
don't
are.
have money.
We can't go out together, mostly because our parents don't allow us, and half of our parents
Yes,
are very
and
strict.
the reason why they don't allow you, like you said, is because they want to protect you from drama. You do
don't
know
even know
that
what drama, but okay.
What drama I mean is that, do you know your parents like actually have been through that journey and they know the consequences in between, and that's why they try to protect you. So would you advise teenagers out there that they should really have a good relationship with their parents?
Maybe it's
No?
not the parents. No, I'm saying maybe it's not the parents that don't understand us. It's us not understanding our
Yourself.
parents.
Oh yes. That's a good point. That's a good point. So would you tell guys like to take time to understand the parents?
What?
Would you advise guys, especially teens who normally don't take time to listen to their parents and they think that they know too much? Like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm just saying, like, sometimes with the way the generations are going, sometimes teenagers feel like they know too much.
All teenagers are different. Actually, you cannot group them as teenagers. They're all different people with their own things. Half of my teachers say I do not think like other students. I do not have a brain because my brain is just so impossibly large. Yeah. So we're all different in some way. So
So what is your parting shot to guys out there who are having a hard time cooperating with their parents and they think that they're really not being understood? What would you advise them? As Andrew, he said that sometimes teenagers don't understand parents. So what would you advise them? Because there's someone who's like,
here's the thing. You need to talk with your parent every 2 days. More than that,
every 2 days. So what happens to the day before that?
Maybe every 1 day, 2
Try
days.
your best.
At least every 2 days.
Why?
Because even though parents are trying to understand us, we need to make sure the parents understand us while we also understand
the parent.
them. So it's just a thing of communication. Then you go, then just like maybe
Period.
1 hour every 2 days, just talk with your parents, and then after that you can just go learning more about yourself. So
Yes. So what are the activities you'd advise parents and teenagers to do so that they can have a bond? Because again, you can't just keep talking. There's some stuff you can do that can create the bond. Like I see you skating a lot, skiing a lot. You go on holidays with your parent, and you normally just do skiing.
No, you see, the first part is, yes, you need to talk with your parent every 2 days. The second part is actually planning things with them, do bonding trips, do so much.
They help.
Yeah.
And then also not having sides. Like there's a mommy side which is extra, and then there's a daddy side. There has to be a balance, isn't it?
No.
Nope.
No.
What does that mean?
Actually, I don't know. Like, to be honest, maybe I haven't really had a mom, and like my dad and mom were very separate, and so I could group them together, but like I group women from men because they're just that different.
Women. So women are different from men.
Yeah.
How so?
I mean,
of course,
like
as
different conversations I can have with women are different conversations I can have with men.
So that means the conversation you'd have with your mom is a different conversation with
yes,
your dad.
Exactly.
Really? Like
Dad, you talk about
men.
About cars and about construction.
You talk about,
and with mom you talk about gossip and whatever is going on in town.
What? So with mom you talk about girls. That's what you're trying to say. And how you've not done your hair and what. So for the guy you're talking about man stuff.
Yeah, if you group them together, it's going to be hard to talk about one specific subject. So, one at a time.
But women talk a lot.
Yeah.
And you can't keep up. Guys, what? You remember I'm your teacher. So parting shot, please tell them what you want to say, like at the end of this video, just to give them, because there's someone who's watching Andrew and they're thinking like, Andrew, you're just saying that because you have support from your parents. My parents don't even understand me, and I just want to, become a better. There's a lot of stories out there. I want to hang out with my friends. They don't allow me. They don't even give me pocket money. On and on and on. What would you advise? What is your parting shot to them?
What a pretty sad life you have. Can't believe it. My God. But to those people that, oh my God, your parents don't understand you, I want you to think about this. Put yourself in your parents' shoes. And do the exact same thing I said. Talk to your parents every 2 days.
Communicate.
Like, if, oh my God, my parent doesn't understand. Of course he doesn't understand you if you didn't talk to him.
Yeah. So you have to find a way to talk to them. And there are friends who actually discourage you from being close to your parent. You know that? Like the guys are like, even me and my dad, we don't talk. Even me and my dad, we don't talk. And then before you know it, your schoolmate is driving you into a family that you don't have.
Peer pressure.
It's not allowed.
I mean, some peer pressure is good. But like,
for example, going for bowling or going for hangouts without telling your parent where you're going.
Here's the thing. As much as you think that your parents are so they really want to control you and all that, as much as you think they're the you cannot their word is all, you really got to look at them and understand that they know nothing about you, and they're trying their best to understand you, and you also need to understand them in the same process. So yeah,
We cannot continue this way. It's done. Whatever he said is final. Guys, you have heard it from Andrew the model. Are you going to continue modeling?
no,
But you'll continue being an inspiration to people, at least in your music, in your math, or even in your chess, correct?
I'm gonna try.
He's gonna try. All right. Toodles, thank you for watching. Bye, and God bless you. Your favorite then?
Oh, this one.
Do you also use reeds? You read, right? Wow. So how long did it take you to learn this?
A year.
Those pieces
Maybe a year.
or more? Good.